Alright, fight fans, here are the top 3 emerging storylines from UFC 325. Number 3. Road to UFC Season 4 crowns its winners. In the Bantamweight Tournament Final, City Kickboxing's Lawrence Louis defeated Sulang Rangpo by split decision. Lawrence really showed his all-around skills, heart and grit throughout this whole tournament. He had the comeback win in the opening round after being dropped, then got a knockout win in the semifinals. Then in the finals, he used his pressure and grappling to secure a win over the very talented and athletic Sulang Rangpo. It's great to see Lawrence in the UFC. For Sulang Rangpo, RTU was a great learning experience for him. This was a fight he could have won if he made the proper adjustments in the third round, but he's only 20 years old, so he will only get better. It would be good for him to get a few fights in the regional circuit to accumulate more experience and continue to evolve, and perhaps he can get a shot on the contender series when he's ready. In the featherweight division finals, Keiichiro Nakamura defeated Sebastian Zalay. It was a great comeback win for Nakamura, who clearly lost the first 2 rounds by a wide margin and was outclassed. I really like how in the third round he abandoned his hands-down elusive karate style and just put his hands up and marched forward, putting on that pressure, chasing down Zalay and landing the beautiful knee for the finish. More fighters should learn from this approach. The urgency to win and the ability to make adjustments on the fly when what you're doing is clearly not working. Nakamura did just that and got the win. He had the viral knee KO in the opening round and defeated Li Kaiwen in the semifinals in a gritty battle. And now with this comeback KO, Nakamura appears to be a legit prospect in the division. For Zalay, he showed very solid skills throughout the tournament, and I hope the UFC can sign him as well. In the lightweight division, the Street Buddha Don Mar Fan defeated Sungwoo Kim in a gritty fight that had a bit of everything from brawls to grappling. I was quite impressed with Fan throughout the tournament. He showed grit and very solid skills. He has a very workman-like fight style, reminds me of someone like Michael Chiesa and Core McGee. And in the flyweight division, Aaron Tao came in overweight and was apparently cut by the UFC. So the final is postponed and will take place at UFC Macau in May between Namsar Babayar from Mongolia against Chinese fighter Ying Shuai, who had a great showing in his semi-final fight with Tao. The winner will earn his UFC contract. Number 2, the changing of the guard continues. The UFC and Paramount continue to build new stars, as on the main card, Mauricio Hufi defeated Rafael Fiziev by knockout. Despite losing to BSD in his last fight, the UFC sees his potential and marketability, so they put him in against another top 10 ranked fighter and fellow striker in Fiziev. And this time, he passed the test with flying colors. Hufi was more hesitant initially and focused on stopping the takedowns, but once he found his rhythm and Fiziev stopped moving, he landed that beautiful right hand and finished him with ground and pound. This win should put him on the fringe of the top 10. I would like to see Hufi take out Michael Chandler at the White House. Since Chandler most likely won't get the fight with Conor McGregor, then the best option will be to fight Hufi, who modeled his look and style after Conor McGregor. He's kind of like a Conor variant, a bigger, younger version of Conor. I think that would be fun. And in the co-main event, Benoit Saint-Denis defeated Dan Hooker by TKO. BSD has truly bounced back from his 2 losses to Dustin Poirier and Manny Moicano. Now he doesn't fight as recklessly as before and is much more effective incorporating his ground game. With 3 straight wins, he is near title contention. The best fight for him next is either a title eliminator with Arman Tsarukyan or the loser from the BMF title fight between Max Holloway and Charles Oliveira. For Dan Hooker, he fought really well. He was doing well on the feet, showed great takedown defense, and cracked BSD several times. But then he was too willing to clinch and put himself in dangerous positions, ultimately leading to him getting finished on the ground. The best fight for Dan is against Paddy the Baddy later this year. They already have beef, and the pre-fight conferences will be fire between the two. Perfect for Paramount. Book it. Number 1. Volk continues building his legacy. At 38, Alexander the Great Volkanovski once again showed that he may very well be the greatest featherweight of all time by defeating Diego Lopes by unanimous decision. It was a vintage performance for Volk. He mentioned taking on the winner between Movsar Evloev and Laurent Murphy next, but based on the timeline how Volk likes to stay active, he would most likely make his return around International Fight Week or late in the summer. There's no way Movsar or Murphy would be able to make that quick of a turnaround. So that leaves only one man available, John Silva. In the Paramount era, star power and character are as important as your skills in the octagon. Silva makes perfect sense as Volk's next and possibly last challenger. For Diego Lopes, the only fight that makes sense for him next is to settle the beef with Yair Rodriguez. Put that as the headliner in Mexico. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe to the channel. Until next time.